it down. You got the time lapse time already?
Yes. I can't breathe with no air. I'm with no air. Gotta let the ventilation in my sweaters. This is crazy. There's like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. It better be cold outside.
Well,
Because if it's not...
that's the thing though with sailing up here is that it's not necessarily cold, but because when you're sailing, you're offshore, so like the humidity, everything's different anyway, but also you're just sitting a lot. So you like do all this work and you're like putting sails up and moving around, you're getting all hot and sweaty, and then you sit still for like 4 more hours. And so you have to bundle up because like you're not really creating any of your own body heat.
Yeah.
So although it's summer, it's probably 15 degrees outside today, 16 degrees, it's still gonna be raining and we're still gonna be sitting still a lot.
Yeah.
So
you know when they say when it comes to a boat project, just double the time?
yeah.
You know, when it comes to the temperature, just divide it by 2
Just
when you're
exactly.
sailing. Which means it's 15 degrees, but it will feel like 7. So we're
Exactly.
bundling up.
Exactly.
Zach really needs to make a women's fit for these things. I don't know, there's something about like wet sailing that's kind of fun. You know what I mean? I like sailing naked, but I also think it's fun to kind of like put all the layers up. And it's also not that cold outside right now. So. Yeah. This is gonna be comfortable to have all the layers. There we go. I'm ready.
So we've got 2 options. I mean, we've got to pull the stern lines off before we can get the anchor up. But since the wind's coming from behind us, we can either put the motor in reverse and pull on the anchor line, the anchor chain, pull the stern lines off, spool them up, and then drift forward while we pull the anchor chain up. Or we can pull them off and just like slowly drift and flip around on our anchor while we spool everything up and get everything ready, and then anchor up, turn around, and go out. What do you think is gonna be easier?
I think because you're gonna do one line and then the other, so I can't just start running forward if you haven't done both lines yet, right? So I think you're gonna undo that line, and then I'm gonna try to hover around here, keep the boat from swinging us that way.
What if we just like uncleated both stern lines and just drifted forward, waited for the boat to spin around, catch on the anchor, and then I just come retrieve them in the dinghy?
Oh, I see. As long as it doesn't like the gusts don't swing it back and forth. We can keep it at like a 2-to-1 or something.
Remember we had that conversation about how we should hoist the dinghy out and pull the drain plug out so that it didn't get full of water? Well, it's been raining for like 3 days, so the dinghy is full. I think I'm gonna have to go on a bit of a drainage loop.
It rained that hard last night, huh?
Yeah. Good thing I'm wearing my waterproof boots. There's a bathtub in here. Best part about a rib is that you don't really have to bail it out. You can just pull the plug, go real fast. And it self-bails, so that's what I'm doing. All good. We're ready to take the stern lines off.
Yeah, I guess so.
And we're off. Good to go. We're leaving the cover on the Dodger because we're going to be going downwind the whole time. And that means we're not going to be using the mainsail, I don't think, which means we're going to keep a little bit of protection from the rain. Yes, my dear. Yummy. One of these off. Just a little bit so I can see.
Well, if it wasn't for these choppy little waves, we would be making more headway. But we're going 3 knots right now. Just have to head sail out. With every little chop, it's kind of like slowing the boat down. We're also kind of pinching right now, but hopefully as soon as we make the cut, the chops will kind of level out and we'll be downwind, so it'll be much more comfortable, and we'll actually get some speed up.
We've been hit unexpectedly with a 3-knot current against us.
Well, we knew there was a little bit of current, but like not 3 knots.
No. When we were coming in, we had about 1 knot behind us, and we know there's bigger currents some other places along the coast, but around here we were not expecting that at all.
No.
So now we're tacking out of this little fjord.
Yeah, we just raised the mainsail, and we kept the 3rd reef on the mainsail because sometimes you get like 25 knot gusts.
Yeah.
And like this one that's about to come right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it.
And we're taking these like tiny, terrible little tacks against the 3-knot current.
But as soon as we make the cut, we'll be able to go downwind. I think it'll be there. And 3, 2, 1. Here comes a gust.
Yeah, the gusts are coming in like really powerful puffs, and so we go along with like 10, 14 knots, and that's like boom, 20, 25 knots.
And that helicopter sound you hear is because we didn't put the spinnaker down. I mean, the spinnaker is rolled up, but it's still on the forestay.
There's like a little section of it that's fluttering.
It's just flopping
but
around.
Hopefully we'll be able to make a clean tack and get into that fjord, and then we'll be downwind all day.
You know, we needed to get like the rough part done first.
What was that thing about like grinding and tacking, and we get really warm? And as soon as you sit still, you gotta bundle up because it's cold. Jesus. All right, 1 more tack hopefully, and we'll be able to get in.
Hopefully. That was like 3 knots. All right, you ready? The mountain in front of us just disappeared. There's no mountain. It's gonna be interesting. This is going to be insane. Like I feel like we won't be able to see anything in front of us. It's so thick.
That rain.
Oh, my hood isn't big enough. officially are going downwind now. That was an interesting start. Although it's not, I mean, we're not cold because we're all bundled up, and the rain, it just comes and goes, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I think we're going to drop the main now since we're going downwind, so that we don't get rounded up all the time with all the gusts, and we should be in this point of sail for quite some time. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's not gonna be a battle when we get out to the other side either. I hope we're just gonna be able to like keep riding this.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. It's kind of pretty though, between all those thunderstorms and stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Very, very pretty.
It's like blowing 20 knots, sometimes gusting up to 25.
Like this one.
But right now we're definitely riding the current because we're doing 7 knots. Yeah, we definitely should drop the main.
Yeah, Yeah, no, like there's a cargo ship and a ferry in front of us. Oh, I can see the cargo ship now, but like.
In front of you. It's kind of crazy. Oh look, oh, is that an island?
That's an island.
Ferry.
That's an island. Yeah, the wind keeps going from like 9 knots to 20 knots, just back and forth, so it's been interesting sailing so far. We just hauled Coco in to kind of give her a bit of an inspection because she looked like she was riding a little bit stern heavy and we thought that there was some water in there maybe. I was just concerned that like maybe the drain plug had come out or maybe she actually took a bit of a wave over the side, but it looks like she just has a normal amount from all the rain that we've been having for the last 5 hours of sailing. So she's a little bit heavier. She probably has like, I don't know, 25 or 30 liters of water, but nothing major. We were trying to brainstorm ideas about getting in and like trying to bail her out or something like that, but I think she'll be fine. The tow line we made is like super strong, and that was the roughest section we just went through actually. The rest of this is going to be more narrow and more protected, so the waves aren't going to be as bad. And we're only 10 miles away from Bergen, so I think she'll be fine. We probably should have put her on deck in these conditions, but I think we were both a little bit overly optimistic that it was going to be calmer than it was today. So. Apparently all we've been doing all day is just reefing and unreefing the headsail. What's that, number 10? And as soon as we do, the wind's gonna pick back up to 25, 30 knots and we're gonna reef it back in again.
Yep.
I'm glad we installed those self-tailing winches though, because then you can like really get on the reefing winch. You don't have to like hold in your teeth. Yeah, game changer. And the clutches too. This is chill though. I like this. Still have like 12 to 15 knots of wind, downwind, full head sail. The seas have calmed out now that we're in this little cut. I don't know what to call these. They're not fjords. They parallel the fjords. Like if we went in there, that would be a fjord. If we went back there and turned left, that would be a fjord. This isn't technically a fjord, so I don't know what to call it. It's not a bay. Cut.
It's a really cool shot. Just like look at the distance and then just like.
You ready? Zoolander. The hood. Well, we've made sort of our final turn and the wind is completely leveled off down to 9 or 10 knots. So we just rolled the spinnaker back out in a rainstorm. We've never spinnakered in the rain before. We're, what is that? Less than a mile in front of this big suspension bridge and you like can barely even see it. It's raining so hard in front behind us. It's always entertaining. You know, sailing in Norway keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. Usually you don't try to fly the spinnaker in the rain because normally rain comes with a lot of wind. We did it anyway. So far we haven't had too much of a wind increase, so we're kind of glad we did, but we're certainly happy we put it on a roller furler and put it up on the bowsprit so we can just like roll it up or unroll it depending on when we need it. We've been using our spinnaker a lot since we got here, even in the rain.
And now the rain is over.
Now the rain's over. First time we've seen the sun today. 7:30 at night.
Well, not a bad way to end a sail. Spinnaker. It was a little bit of a tricky in the beginning and with the current, but yeah, we're almost there. About 30 minutes before we make our turn to the city dock in Bergen, and then we'll roll up, put the fenders out, and we'll be there.
What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Beer.
And then what?
Take off those clothes, shower, eat, sleep. Are you waiting for me to say something specific? Almost there, almost there.
try to control it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to get you like cleated off tight on the spring, probably to that nice big yellow bollard. And then you can motor forward against the spring to get that stern in, or just kind of check it in reverse and it should swing in and toss me stern line.
Okay.
We're
Just
ready
like
when you are.
Okay. Well. All right. Get ready.
Most professional docking job I think I've ever seen. That was fucking fantastic. Good job.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to, where are we? Bergen.
Bergen! Welcome to Bergen! For you,
Ooh, I get the
said something fruity and delicious. You got mango
mangoes.
here.
Oh, hell's yeah.
For
Cheers. Just for a good docking job and a successful 50
Successful
mile
sail.
pouring rain, 30 knot sort of sail.
yeah. How cool is it though that we can one day be in the middle of a fjord and then the next day we can be in the middle of a city?
I think that's one of my favorite parts actually about living on a sailboat is that exactly that. We can like tuck into some remote, completely isolated area for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
And then turn around the corner and just tie up to a city dock and have all the luxuries of being in a city. Maybe like take a bit of a shower.
Little wash. Little sailor's wash.
This tastes like a tropical slice of heaven.
But this is real beer.
Yeah, but
None of that silly, fruity
it does the same job. It's just
That was
tastes
a
better.
joke. I don't know if you got it. Not to pat myself in the back or anything.
I'll
but
pat you on the back.
Thank you.
welcome.
I was pretty impressed. That was probably my best docking job to date.
I would agree, especially with an audience. Like there's people
Yeah.
on the boat in front. We've got 2 powerboats rafted up. There's a powerboat behind.
Yeah.
We've got maybe 3 meters behind and like 2 meters in front to spare. Not a whole lot of space.
No.
And you just like.
And
nailed it.
technically with wind pushing us forward, right? So I had to be able to stop the boat before we hit the boat in front of
That
us.
was beautifully done.
But the reason why I mean, I know you asked me before we got here, but the reason why I preferred to be at the helm is because I know I would not be able to climb that wall. This is a long wall.
It's pretty
So,
tall.
anyway.
There's not much tide here, I don't think. Maybe
Welcome to Bergen. I'm excited to see this little city, and we got here just in time for
Rain.
darkness.
More rain.
We got here before darkness. I think that's the most important thing. We got here during the rain.
But it's been raining all day, so
Yeah,
who cares?
that's not anything different, but yeah, we're here.
Successful.
And cheers again. And I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode. If that's the ending. I don't know if it's the ending.
Oh, it's pouring rain. Let's go inside.